All right, here we
Prop
go,
it up.
guys. Here he is. You all ready?
Let's do it.
You're on mute,
Boom.
Coach.
I'm mute, Coach. I'm mute.
I'm mute.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the three-time YAIAA champion, the one-time District 3 6A champion, and the PIAA 6A state champion, the legend, the man, Coach Jeff Hoke.
Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah. Let's
we
go.
lost him.
Let's go. Oh, no.
Let's go. Where's he at now?
No, he
Uh-oh.
started
Couldn't hear
crying.
you. I couldn't hear. Now I can hear.
All right.
There
we
we go.
go.
We can't see you now.
We can't see you.
You can't see me. Now I can hear you. Hold on. Hold on. Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
All here
Let's
now.
go.
Look at you guys. Why do you want to make me cry?
Coach Hoke is in the building, Coach. Want to jump right into it, man. There's so much love for everything you did for the Panthers and for Central and even way beyond that, Coach. I just want to go around the room real quick. RB Brown, Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, man, you were handed the keys as a freshman by this coach right here. Talk a little bit about Coach Jeff Hoke and how that trust meant so much to you and becoming a young man and knocking out big shots on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. It started with my 8th grade year. You know, me into the summer camps and the leagues that we were playing in. Coaches throw me in the water, just see what I can do against bigger and stronger guys. So yeah, he gave me a chance in summer league. I played pretty well, and then when the season started, I was swinging from both, and then we had an injury. He enrolled me into the starting point guard lineup, and ever since then I've just been playing for Coach Hoke. So it's a blessing for just a coach to believe in you and not matter really like your age or like what your body looks like at a young age like that, but just what your talent and your IQ could take you. And that's exactly what Coach Hoke did for me.
Wow, man, that's deep, man. That's deep. And Ben Rill, obviously you started at a school out in the Philly area, came back as a sophomore, and man, what a run that year was for you guys. And talk a little bit about Coach Hoke and that trust he put in you.
Yeah, I mean, ever since coming back from Westtown my freshman year, right from the jump, Coach Hoke had trust in me and the value I set with the team, and overall we made history in York, and I hope Coach Hoke realizes the impact he's not only made on us, but in terms of just a community and the younger kids coming up into this program. And he's really established, what it takes to be a Central Panther, what it takes to play at the highest level and, compete for district and state titles.
Wow, man. Well, I gotta throw it over to the quarterback or hike it to the quarterback here. Just like RB, man, you were playing big moments, big minutes as a freshman, Brooklyn Nace, and talk a little bit about Coach and how like your senior season, like he delayed, like he started scheduling the games late because he knew you were going to be on that football run. Talk about Coach Hoke.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, first of all, I love Coach Hoke. Congratulations to him and the career he's had. I texted him once I found out that he wasn't going to be coaching anymore. And I was just happy for him that he was able to, finally spend some time with his girls back at home, his wife and his daughters. So I'm happy for him. But this year, being able to come back for my senior year, I didn't play my junior year last year. I wasn't sure if I was gonna play. There was a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes I thought I was gonna play, and then when we got closer to the season, it didn't look like that. But Coach Hoke didn't really care, and he's probably the biggest reason I came back to play. I don't know if there's another coach in the world that would have put up with me and the stuff that he had to put up with to get me to play. But it was amazing. I don't know any other coach in the world that would have had a guy for 14 games and then just let him walk. So I'm grateful for that. I love the guy. He's done so much for me, and he's always understood the dreams and aspirations I had to play college football. And despite of knowing that, he still was constantly urging me to play football and was welcoming me back to the court whenever I wanted to. So I'm grateful for that, and congratulations, Coach Hoke.
Wow, man. Jeez, the QB. Well, I always called him the closer, man. Greg Gettinger, man, you've had an awesome sophomore season here as you transferred into the D2 area. I think I read you had like 14 points in 15 minutes in a playoff game or something like that.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Coach Hoke and how he helped you get to that point.
I mean, I really don't even know where to begin. Coach Hoke he was there from the beginning. You know, we kind of started this thing together freshman year. I had a lot of people who doubted me. I didn't know, with Coach Sheeler, stepping away from, coaching, what my situation was going to look like, if I was going to stay at Central, if I was going to look to go the prep, school route, or, there was so much uncertainty, but there was a guy named Jeff Hoke that took a chance, on just a scrawny little white eighth grader, that could shoot it a little bit. And I credit everything to him. I mean, he's been more than a coach. He's been a role model. He's been like a second father to me. I mean, the conversations and the moments and memories that we have shared, I'm going to cherish and carry with me for the rest of my life. The team and the culture and the memories that I had with my teammates, and the safety and the environment that you provided for us, right? To show up as high schoolers every single day and to have something to look forward to, something that, really made your day better and something that allowed you to compete with a great group of guys. I mean, it was a really, really special culture and place to be. And the more I'm away from it, the longer I'm away for it, my gratitude and appreciation for it grows even more, because I mean, what a time, and it's great to look back on it, because, like you said, Marcellus, I mean, I credit everything to Coach Hope. We started this together, and, we're going to continue to build it, as I navigate, the rest of my college career. I still got Coach Hoke, on my shoulder. I'm calling him, I'm texting him, and we're keeping in touch. It's relationships that will last a lifetime, and you don't get that in other programs. And I think that started with Coach Jeff Hoke. So
Wow.
Congratulations, Coach.
Dang, man, I got goosebumps. I'm trying to hold back the tears myself, but Coach, you're so loved in this area and beyond, wherever you go, for sure. And I feel connected to you, man. My dad took me to York Catholic state championship at the old Giant building way back. I think it was 92 or somewhere right around there, and they won. And then I'm sitting there at the Giant Center watching these young men play for you for that state championship. And it was my dad's birthday, like 3 years after he passed away. So I'm there in the Giant Center on his birthday. All I want was that win, and I'm with Chaz, my son. So I was on that ride with you. So many other people were, and I could say this, Coach: you always have your entire team. Everybody on that bench is part of that squad. If they're getting in or if they're not getting in, but they're all part of that squad, Coach. So open it up to you, man, Coach. What's going through your mind right now as you look back at that? What an awesome run, Coach.
This kills me. And they know I'm a crybaby. I only cry when I'm happy. And I know, like, I can't even believe you guys. Like, I love you so much. And that's what it is. It starts, obviously I'm very fortunate with my wife. I have two little girls at home and I live an hour away, that she said, "You got to coach." She was so tired of me watching and rewinding college basketball plays, out of bounds plays. She goes, "You got to get back in it." So I knew it opened up, and I thank God for Marty Trimmer, who gave me the shot. And he said, "This is you. Go do what you do." And he said, "You need anything from me?" I said, "Just give me some basketballs. That's all I need." We had basketball hoops and basketballs. And then I got these guys. Like, it's the one thing I can say is, I mean, it's so humbling for me, because I mean, I'm the lucky one, man. Like, I didn't do anything. I my job was, they always say they don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And I wanted a relationship with kids. And, as I say, servant leadership, Jesus Christ was our number one servant leader. He did it for others. And that's why I coach. I have girls at home. These are my guys. These are my boys right here. So from day one, all that mattered to me is they know that I cared about them, and I'll give them everything I have, and that's all I ask from them. And when you have talent like this, but mature kids, hardworking kids, it just doesn't stop. Craig Gittinger, they forget he was a scrawny little slow-footed freshman, and everyone said, "Oh, and I remember golfing at a golf outing with his dad before it was a pandemic, so we didn't start till January. I saw him play like twice, and I said, he's going to start. And his dad goes, he played in the NBA. He goes, coach, you're the coach. You do whatever you want. You have my back. You were hired to coach a team. You do it your way. And some of the assistants, it was like, well, he's a little slow. And that's where I was like, you know what? This is my job. This is my guy. I know what I'm doing. And again, I think these guys will tell you I'm pretty humble. All the wins I had are because of them, not because of me. But skill is the divider. I can say that. And these skilled kids are unbelievable, but they're mature, they're hardworking, and they have this attitude, and it comes from their parents, their upbringing, their teachers in the system. They just don't quit. So, I was lucky. I was blessed to have great players that are great kids that believed in me as much as I believed in them.
Yeah, well, my cousin Bubba, he'll tell you, you can have all the greatest players in the world, but when you're playing Nintendo or playing in real games, man, as the coach, you got to know what buttons to push, and you got to push them fast. So, yeah. Coach, you've always done that, man. And yeah, I'm sure you'll be connected to all of us here in the future. If you ever need to say anything, Sports News Stars loves you to death. Ben Natal sends his love. He's playing right now.
No, you guys these guys are the best. They're the best. I love you guys, and you know that. And that's why I'm blessed going through my career and going back over it. It's funny. I see, you guys are awesome. Like, thank God for you guys at Shooting Stars. My friends all over the country, my mom, my dad, they couldn't get, they would be so mad when they couldn't watch, they acted like, my sister would be like, oh my gosh, Ben Natal is so cute. Oh, I like Brooklyn's hair today. You know what I mean? And my brothers, my mom saying, oh, I love them on Shooting Stars. And my dad called me 10 times. It better be on Shooting Stars. I can't watch my guys, and why don't you tell Greg to follow through a little bit more? And that relationship. So it's you guys that I appreciate a lot too. But the wins are all these guys and Marcellus, and I go back and I think about every year, and it was just, I could tell you, do I have a minute to tell you a funny story?
Yeah, go for it, Coach. Yeah.
These guys don't even know, like, first year was a pandemic. We had Nolan Hubbs. I started without Bo Prabula because Bo broke his foot in the championship football game.
Wow.
I had him slated. I had Taylor Wright Rawls. I had, coming. I had Judah Toom. I had Bo Prabula coming back. I had Nolan Hubbs. I was like, and Greg Gittinger. I'm like, we're going to win it all my first year. No one has any idea. Well, they play St. Joe's Prep. Bo gets banged up. Taylor breaks his wrist or something, right, guys? I can't remember what happened. And so we start the season. I get a call from Tad Prabula, Bo's dad. And I'll never forget it. I had to pull over. He's like, Coach, because I knew Tad, we played football against each other when he's at Ship. And he goes, he's not going to be able to play. And I said, come on, man. And that's how I started my thing. But we, it didn't matter. We fought hard. We won 12 games that year. The next year, here's a story that no one knows. We have 5 games in 7 days, all on the road. Wow. Greg's a sophomore, all on the road. It's great. And Greg rolls his ankle. He's a sophomore coming back. I'm like, all right, we're going to be tough. First quarter of the first game against Allentown Central Catholic, he rolls his ankle. He's out. It's like best player in the area. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're big things. He's out. We lost the first 5 games. Jeez. We were 1-10. Everybody wanted me fired, Marcellus. I'm telling you, they didn't know me down. They didn't know me down there. I was right, guys. I'm an outsider. Everyone's like, oh, Hoke. I mean, administration, who I love to death, but they didn't know me. They're like, is this Hoke guy like the radio? I mean, people are busting my chops, and I'm like, listen. All of a sudden, Greg comes back, and this is, it's a team effort. But Greg comes back. We win 10 of the last 11, and they think, oh, he might know a little bit of something. And then we go on and we win over 100 games. The RB Brooklyn crew comes in, and I got Van Rill, and I got Ben Natal, I got Craig Gittinger, and like, forget it. But it was interesting.
Wow.
I coached as well then as I did this past year. But you got to have the horses like these guys,
Yeah.
and when you got them, you got them. And then once it gets on a good roll and leadership, it's like a program. When you get the Greg Gittingers and the Ben Rills and the Ben Natals that are holding everybody else accountable, and you get freshmen like RB and Brooke that are, I mean, they're not freshmen.
Right.
And the year before them, we brought up Saxton and Matthew. We brought them up to varsity, and everyone's like, I'm not sure if they're ready. And we know, right, guys? We know, like, you can't hide it. So that's how it changed. And it was just really cool. It's really cool because these guys bought into my system. I was always a high up tempo, high pressure, and that bodes well to these guys. We had fun together. We love each other. It was, tough love. These guys, I have to give them credit because I was really probably harder on everybody on this camera than I was anybody else. Right? I mean, Greg, every one of you can remember a practice where you stomped out, you're yelling at me, you're mad at me, right? Every one of you, I guarantee it. Ben Natal,
He kicked me out.
Ben
He
Natal,
kicked me out. He
right?
kicked me
I
out.
kicked him out of practice. I kicked him out one time. RB before the state quarters. I said, get off. I don't want to see. I'm done. He balls out the next game, right, Brooke? We're all like, Brooke, come on, man, let's go. Ben Rill, how many times? So I'm like, Ben, look at me, Ben. We got this, right? How many times? But they trusted me, and you don't get that. You get that from mature kids that have one thing in mind, and it's winning. They're the most selfless kids. And I say I'm the blessed one because I have them, and they're not going anywhere for the rest of their lives. I tell everyone, Brooklyn, I don't care what he signs up, where he plays, big fourth strings, backup, starter. I said, you wait till game one. I said, and you put him on the field, that he's never coming off. Like, I know that about him. Wherever RB, it's like winners win, man. They just win. So, I just want, in hindsight, everyone to know about what these guys did. It isn't about me, and I appreciate it. But, I'm the lucky blessed one. I could have coached for 20 years, but without having these guys, we would have won some games, but not like this. And, I could tell it was the one thing I do want to add is it's really, really tough decision for me to leave because I love, the guys coming back. Doug Lair, it's really hard to leave Doug. And I told Dougie that. Kyler and Save and Dylan Funk. And I mean, no one knows how good they're going to be, better next year than this year. And it's like no one has any idea. Everyone's like, well, it's a down year. This was one of the most rewarding years this year I've ever had because everybody thought we'd be down. But no, and it's not me. It's because of the standard that these guys set, and they hold everybody else to a higher level. So I am blessed, honored, and I'm so grateful for you guys that you even got on here. I'll be balling all night. You know it. Like, I can't even take it.
Well, that's awesome here, guys. Just all together as a group. Let's hear it for Coach Jeff Hoke one time. The two-time Sports Shooting Stars Coach of the Year. Coach Jeff Hoke. Coach, you got to do it with me, buddy.
Love you guys. I love you guys.
On the outro, you got to do it with me. Ready, Coach? Sports Shooting Stars.
We bring the game to you. To you.
Thank
love
you guys for jumping on, man.
Love
Wherever you do, make sure you reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. Tell them you love you. See you guys. See you, Coach.
Love you guys. Thank you.
See ya. Thank you.
Love you, Coach. See ya.
See ya, Coach.
Love you, Coach.
That's awesome, dude. Are you froze right now, or do you want my power shit? That's awesome. Dude, that's so cool.